Hello, hello, authors, book lovers, and storytellers. Welcome to another Reader's Magnet featured author interview. My name is Mark, and I am your host for today. With me is one of the Reader's Magnet featured authors that is here with us to share her journey as an author and to tell us more about her book titled "That's My Nanny T." We have Tyra Simpkins. Hi, Tyra. How are you
Hi
today?
everyone. How is everyone doing? I'm amazing.
That is great to hear,
Thank you so
Tyra.
much for having me. Thank you so much for having me, Mark.
We are really happy and elated to see you right now with our platform. Tyra, we're so excited to talk more about the book. But before we start that one, Miss Tyra, I want you to introduce yourself first.
Okay. I am Tyra Simpkins. I am married mother of two grown girls, which will explain why I got into being a nanny because I'm not
Hmm.
going to be a grandmother anytime soon. And this way I could love them and then give them back. I totally enjoy um, being with children, working with children, helping them to develop into their most beautiful, positive self. And so here I am to share my story with the world.
There you go. Okay, let us start with the questions we have prepared for you today, Miss Tyra.
Okay.
Now, I want you to show your book on camera, maybe. That's the book above you.
Baby,
Okay, there
yes.
you go.
That's my
Hey,
baby.
that's
My nanny
that's
too.
your. Please tell us what the book is all about.
And so this book is developed specifically for parents, first time grandparents, to help ease the transition from parent to caregiver. If you have a baby or if you are expecting a baby, there's going to be a time where you're going to have to pass that little one off to someone. And it could be someone like an aunt or a grandmother, or it could be a
Or a
childcare
stranger.
provider. Exactly. And so
Mhm.
there's a certain amount of trepidation and fear involved with first time parents. Are they going to be able to take the milk? What if they choke? What happens if they cry and they miss me? And so my the reason I wrote this book was to help parents and
Mm,
grandparents understand the importance of allowing other people into their child's life. It's funny, it's educational, it's
mhm.
based off of true stories. And so one of the things that I'm most proud of is each one of the illustrations in the book is based off of a real life scenario that I had with one of my little ones.
I love how you still manage to remember all of those scenarios and you've experienced, Miss Tyra.
Oh,
Can you?
yes.
Yeah, is it okay if we can, see a little illustration
Sure,
on the book and then tell
sure.
us maybe your favorite line there or your favorite
So
scenario there?
this is actually my very
Oh,
first baby.
mhm.
Her name is Jamie. Hi, Jamie.
Hi,
Um,
Jamie.
Jamie, even I was requested to come to Jamie's school and read my book to the class. And
Oh,
when we found out that Jamie was in the book, they were like, Jamie, you're famous. So this was a
oh,
scenario that happened, and the book is based on what a child is thinking as they look at this new adult that comes in the room. And so this one illustration says, well, who is that singing that song? Who is that singing my favorite song to me? That doesn't sound like daddy. And you can see the quizzical look on
confused.
her face. Exactly. And
Mhm.
then she says, oh, no, that's not daddy. That's Nanny T. And so it's an opportunity for, again, for the child to be introduced to this new person, this new adult in their life. To allow them to get over some of that angst of, okay, well, where's mommy? I don't know this
Mhm.
person, she's brand new to me. And really just kind of, it goes on to, just talk about what a day in the life of being with a nanny looks like. And over my shoulder, you'll see this is actually a quote from one of the book. It says, "Nanny, my nanny T cares for me just for a while, and when the day's done, she's off with a smile." And so that is an indicator that the child knows, okay, I'm not going to be
She's
here
happy.
forever. This is our time, our special bonding time together. And when we are finished, and mommy and daddy or grandma or whoever your guardian is, when they come in, then TT passes them off to them, and you guys can go on with the rest of your
And
day.
be All right. Now, Tyra, I want to know though, what inspired you to write this book? I mean, among all of those genres out there, type of stories, why did you decide to, create this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I have always loved children. I'm the oldest of three high siblings. And so, between taking care of my siblings, my nieces and nephews,
Hmm.
it just kind of, and then my own children, it was something that I kind of fell into being the oldest.
Hmm.
And, my parents having to work. And I just kind of, really, really loved it. As I got older and when I was a parent, um, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in
Hmm.
2002. And so that kind of gave me an opportunity to sit back and, take a break from the hustle and bustle. I was a radio account executive for close to 10 years. And I really had a chance to, kind of reassess some things that were going on in my life. And thankfully, I got on a great medication. I got with a really great neurologist. I started a nonprofit organization who helps other people living with multiple sclerosis. And
Hmm.
I said, well, let's get back to doing the one thing that I love. Okay. MS is something that I have, but I don't want to talk about MS all the time. I don't want to talk about how my legs are numb or burning or anything like that. I want to do something fun. And children, unless they're crying, children are always fun because they're just little balls of energy, and they just all they want to do is know. And when people talk about that unconditional love, it's real. Like they just look at you with this face of like,
Innocent
ah.
souls.
So
Hmm.
yes, I mean, I could think of nothing else that I would like to do. It's really, really, it's brought me so much joy.
Now that what makes your book unique, Tyra. It came
Thank
from
you.
your passion. So that makes it more genuine.
Exactly,
Hmm.
exactly,
Are we
exactly.
expecting more books from you, Tyra?
Absolutely. So I'm very, very,
Wow.
I'm
Tell us
very
more about
happy.
it.
I'm very happy to have partnered with Readers Magnet, and they are going to be helping me to roll out my next series of books. So this particular book, that's my Nanny T. This is my first baby, and this book will be available shortly through the website that you guys are helping me to develop. But
Hmm.
then also, I would like to explore the five senses: seeing, touch, taste, sound.
Oh.
And speaking of sound, my upcoming book is What's That Sound, Nanny T? And it's a book about everyday environmental sounds. You would be
Ooh.
amazed at the difference. And if you have a baby who's born in the winter, and then when they emerge in the spring and they come outside and they're hearing all the birds chirp, and it's like, what is that
That
sound?
sound.
Or
Hmm.
or to hear an ambulance or motorcycles. So it's
Or like
everyday.
hoppers. Hmm.
Exactly,
Choppers.
exactly.
Hmm.
Everyday sounds just explained in a childlike manner.
Oh, all right. I can see that. I can see. But how are you going to convey, the message? How can you explain to your audience, you know, uh, how do you define sound, for this book? I mean,
Yeah, it's amazing. I actually had to do a little bit of research, especially when it came to explaining thunder and lightning.
mhm.
Because when I was a child, someone told me thunder and lightning was God bowling, and that was
How
the
can you unhear
yeah,
this?
right. I was like, don't really think that's how it works. So I had to go and
Mhm.
look up, you have these air
Mm.
particles, and when they come together, they boom, they make the sound. And so
Mm.
in the upcoming book, each scenario, each illustration, just like in the first book, each illustration that you see is going to be based off of a real life scenario that I've
Mhm.
experienced. And so
Mhm.
walking hand in hand with a child through the park, a, a group of motorcyclists came by, and the little one was just stunned. It was like,
Mhm.
"Whoa, what?" And I had to explain to her, "It's a motorcycle. It's just like a bike that you have, but it goes really, really
Mm.
fast."
So
So I
in the book, you are going to explain the sound, like scientific explanation, not like fictional explanations, like as what you said, the God bowling and things like that.
Correct. I'm going to use now. There's a lot of
Oh,
onomatopoeias, right? Like bow,
on.
pow,
Yeah.
and boom, and snap,
Mhm.
those kind of things. But it's nothing made up. Okay, so I
Mm.
may I'll use
Great.
something creative, like when you see a lawnmower, and you have several types of lawnmowers, right? You have the push kind, and then you have the
Uh-huh.
kind for me that looks like a guy sitting in a chair, and he's just going around giving the grass a haircut. I mean, a
Mm.
kid can understand that. They know what
Mhm.
a chair is, and they know what a haircut is. So I think, people underestimate how intelligent children are. Just because
Right.
they aren't able to communicate verbally does not mean that they do not understand you.
Understand properly.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And so
Kids
that's
are really, curious beings, if they want to learn, they will.
they
you
will,
know?
and for the better or for the worse, they will pick up bad habits just as easily as they pick up good habits. And
Right.
so, when another challenge that I've had is, these aren't my children, and so the way that I discipline and the way that the parent disciplines are normally they're completely different. And so
Mhm.
we have to get on the same page, and so that anything that I do at my house is mimicked at their house, at the parents' home. That way there's
Right.
no misunderstanding. If Titi says no, that means no. No, thank
Mhm.
you. That's not what we do. We use gentle hands. We don't hit. And so then I have to convey to a parent, hey, listen, I know when you're at home, you're tired. It's the end of the day, and all Mike wants to do is just throw his pasta on the floor. That's you can't pop his hand. You can't get upset. There has to be a way that we
You
convey
know,
what it is that we want our child to do and how we want them to
in a
behave.
in a better way. You're right, right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, we have come to our last question, Tyra. Now, can you
Okay.
share any specific anecdotes or experiences that help you shape your stories?
Certainly. And I would go back to my previous point of,
Mhm.
when I was a child, there wasn't a whole bunch of talking. It was do what
Right.
I say, pop or whatever. It wasn't taken, the time wasn't taken to express exactly what my parents wanted me to do. And I wanted to do the exact opposite with my children. My sister and I, we made a pact. Hey, listen, the way that we were raised, that's not how we're going to raise our kids. And so I have just taken that energy and poured it into the next generation that I'm responsible for helping
Mhm.
to raise. And just learn from past experiences. You take the good, and you ball that up, and then you put it into this new little being and send them off to become a
You
better
know,
citizen.
you bet. Right, right. All right. Really, I really enjoyed our topic today, Tyra.
Thank
I can
you.
really see how important your book is going to be for children, also parents, actually, since they are going to read these books for their children as well. Now, I want you to show your book again, Tyra, and invite
Yeah.
everyone to buy a copy.
Ta-da.
There you go. That's My Nanny Tea. Okay, the book will be available soon on the Reader's Magnet bookstore. So please grab a copy soon, and also it will be also available on her website that is going ongoing now on
Yep.
process. So
Yep.
soon
And be
we
on
are
the
going to.
lookout for What's That Sound, Nanny T? That is coming
Mhm.
soon as well
And
as the
we
other
are
books. We've
excited.
got some more things in store, so
Mhm.
be tuned.
Stay tuned, guys. Okay. All right. So
Exactly.
much.
Thanks,
Thank you
Mark.
so much, Tyra. As we say
You're
it here,
welcome.
always at Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Thank you so much.
You're
Goodbye.
welcome. Bye bye.